going down, everybody? Welcome back to the station. Welcome back to the channel. Y'all know who it is. It's your boy, Ray G. You can find me down below on Twitter at Ray GQue. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome. Thank you for being here, giving me a couple of minutes of your time. As always, if you enjoy the content, if you find it actionable and or entertaining, hopefully both, hit the subscribe button, press the thumbs up button, hit the alert so every time we're dropping content, boom, you're alerted to it. We got a brand new show dropping Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wake Up with Ray G, where we're talking nothing but football, fantasy reviews, mock drafts, NFL drafts, straight football all the time live, and it's been phenomenal. The feedback, the engagement of the people, it's been dope. So make sure you go back. We've got a week's worth of rookie review content on the channel for you. So just check it out. But we've got a lot to get into in these trades, and you can find all of this on FTN's podcast network. Make sure you go to FTN Fantasy, use the promo code ALLGAS to save you 20% on the checkout, and check out all the other dope content that FTN Fantasy has to offer. Number one ranker in Jeff Radcliffe, Elliot Chris, Derek Brown, Two Gun, it's DFS, there's all kinds of crazy stuff with FTN, but there's more wildness happening in Dynasty Leagues, and we just got to get to it. And there's a breaking trade that I just did, and we'll go through some trades to how we got here. But I just traded Jamar Chase. In a best ball league for CeeDee Lamb and Cam Akers. So the Jamar Chase manager, he has Joe Burrow, so he's got the Burrow-Chase stack. I have T. Higgins on my roster. I needed some running back depth. I'm taking the shot on Cam Akers. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I believe that he's going to be fine. I mean, the Achilles injury, fingers crossed, knock on wood, we see him practicing. Big believer in Cam Akers' talent, and I still love CeeDee Lamb. You know, I got the Dallas hat on, but I love CeeDee Lamb. I think he is a notch below Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, but still a top 5 dynasty wide receiver, top 8 dynasty wide receiver, being conservative. So traded Jamar Chase for CeeDee Lamb. That just happened now, and I got a couple of other deals that might actually break while we're on the show. But let's get it popping with a Jets trade, and this was a big one. So right here. And for those of y'all, it's your first time on the channel, right? Your first time going through this exercise. I am not about to give you like every league setting, scoring. We're assuming super flex. I'll kind of talk about it from a 1 QB lens if it makes sense. I don't play any 1 quarterback leagues. They're all super flex. Majority of them are tight end premium. So that's the lens that I'm looking at it through. And I'm just looking at it holistically, right? I'm not diving into, well, the points per game and the expected value. Just look at the damn players. Would you make this trade? Is this something that maybe you should be trying to do in your dynasty league? So I'm not getting it. It's just holistic, giving you some ideas of some shit that you probably should be throwing around in your dynasty league. So the first one, we've got Dawson Knox, Tua Tagovailoa, Justin Jefferson, Jonathan Taylor, and Pat Freiermuth. All right, so everybody in here is year 3 or younger, right? You got a bunch of young players. Dynasty wide receiver 1, 2 in Justin Jefferson, the running back 1 in Dynasty and Jonathan Taylor. Tua, we'll see how it plays out from a quarterback scenario with him. Pat Freiermuth, young up-and-coming tight end, and Dawson Knox had a nice little breakout this year. Those players were traded for the 102, the 106, the 108, the 111, David Montgomery, Michael Gallup, McCole Hardman, Irv Smith Jr., and then you've got 2022 second, a 2022 third. So 4 first-round picks, all right? 102, 106, 108, 111, David Montgomery, Irv Smith, McCole Hardman, Michael Gallup, a 2022 second, and a 2022 third. This is a lot to go through. This is a big boy deal. So let's just look at the 4 first-round picks. 102, 106, would you rather have that or Justin Jefferson? So in Superflex leagues, if you're going quarterback early, Matt Corral, Kenny Pickett. If you want the running backs, Isaiah Spiller, Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker. If you like the wide receivers like I do, it's Treylon Burks. It's JT. I think JT is worth, in my opinion, 102, 106, 108. That's Jonathan Taylor. And my thing with rookie picks, this is just my personal philosophy. Let's just say, for instance, the consensus running back 1, we know he's going to get at least day 2 draft capital. Let's give him the second round. Let's make it even. We'll give Isaiah Spiller or Breece Hall second round draft capital, right? You are hoping that one of those running backs turns into Jonathan Taylor. There's no guarantee. You're hoping that happens. I know what Jonathan Taylor is. I know that Justin Jefferson is a back-to-back 1,400-yard receiver. I don't know what Tua is long-term, but right now he's a starting quarterback in Miami. Pat Freiermuth looks good. Dawson Knox looks good. There's a lot of risk with rookie picks, and I know they have so much value. And the closer we get to the draft, the more valuable those picks become. That's a lot. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 assets for 5. So you're doubling your darts with all the picks. Man, I don't know. I mean, it should be the best players in this deal. The best players by far are Jonathan Taylor, Justin Jefferson, Tua and Superflex. Those are by far the best players in the deal. You're hoping 102. You're hoping Matt Corral becomes Tua. You're hoping Kenny Pickett can become a usable QB 18 plus. In Dynasty, there's no guarantee. This is a big trade. I want y'all to tell me what side of the deal you would land on. I know for me, even with all these, that's a lot of draft capital. I would prefer Justin Jefferson, Jonathan Taylor, the 2 tight ends, and Tua, opposed to hoping and praying those first-round picks hit and turn into anything close to Jonathan Taylor or Justin Jefferson. So let me know. I think there's going to be a lot of dissension in the comments about that one. I wanted to start that off with the show off with that big one. And let's talk about another player who's these two have been, every league I'm in, they've been getting flipped left and right. We got Jaylen Waddle, Elijah Moore. Jaylen Waddle traded for Elijah Moore, the 109, and a 2023 second-round pick. I want Elijah Moore, the 109, in the 2023 second, like hands down. Love me some Jaylen Waddle. He's the new age Jarvis Landry, apparently. Tons of volume. He's not used how he was at Alabama. He's got the juice. He's a good young wide receiver, top 15 dynasty wideout. Elijah Moore, we talked about him on the Wake Up Show this week. I think he's poised for a second-year breakout. Now, we believe he can be good, and we're hoping that he hits that threshold. But you get Elijah Moore, you get a dart throw at 109 and a 2023 second. Hell yeah. Sign me up for the Elijah Moore 109 and 2023 second side. I like that deal a lot. And Jaylen Waddle, dope wide receiver, but a little too rich for my taste to give up Elijah Moore, the 109, and a 2023 second. Let's take a look at Ja'Marr Chase. And I told you about the Ja'Marr Chase trade that I made at the beginning of the show, trading Ja'Marr Chase for CeeDee Lamb and Cam Akers. Let's see this one right here. So we got Ja'Marr Chase and a 2024 third-round pick being traded for the 110 in 2022, a 2024 first-round pick, a 2022 second-round pick, the 204 in 2022, and a second-rounder in 2024. So one more time. So 110 and 204 this year. So based on the mock drafts that we've been doing over here with the Prospect Talk patrons, we're doing a mock a week damn near up into the NFL draft. The 110 range, you're looking at Malik Willis, Jamison Williams. Those are the players that have been consistently going around that range. And then 204, Chris Olave, George Pickens, Kyron Williams, Zach Charbonnet, if he declares. So let's just give it the highest end value. Let's say Jamison Williams and Chris Olave, a 2024 first-round pick and a 2024 second-round pick for Ja'Marr Chase and a third-rounder in 2024. A lot of the comments on this trade were like, that's cheap. How do you get Ja'Marr Chase that cheap? I am a big advocate of acquiring 2024 picks now. That class is going to be good. And I understand a lot of people don't dynasty 2-3 years down the road. You never know what's going to happen. You don't know what the class is going to look like. But I am a big advocate of getting 2024 first-round picks now because they are extremely cheap. The 110, Jamison Williams, dope, but he's not Ja'Marr Chase. Jamison in a combination of Chris Olave. For Chase, I would prefer Ja'Marr Chase in this side of the deal. I understand what's going on here. I get it. But for me, I would want that additional first to be a 2023 first-rounder. I'd want a 2023 first, the 110, the 204, and if we're just going strictly picks, a 2023 second opposed to that 2022 second for Ja'Marr Chase. But I told you, we're going to look at 3 deals involving Ja'Marr Chase. We've already talked about 2 of them, and then the next one may be the one that I made prior to the deal that I traded Chase away. here today. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that one. And here's the one that I made in a different league, but another Ja'Marr Chase deal. Ja'Marr Chase getting flipped around like crazy, right? I went out and bought Ja'Marr Chase and the 209 in 2022, which according to our mocks, again, you're talking Rachaad White range, Brian Robinson, maybe if George Pickens falls a little bit. That's, let's just say Ja'Marr Chase and Rachaad White for Darnell Mooney, Elijah Moore, a 2022 third-round pick, the 302 in 2022, and the 104. So I paid a first-round pick, 104, which full transparency, if he was sitting there, I would take Treylon Burks. I doubt he's going to be there in this particular league, but 104, you're looking at Isaiah Spiller, maybe a quarterback, Treylon Burks, Elijah Moore, Darnell Mooney for Ja'Marr Chase in the 209. So just for reference, we've seen one deal where Ja'Marr Chase was moved for 2 first-rounders and 2 second-rounders, one of those picks being 2 years from now in 2024. We saw Ja'Marr Chase getting moved for CeeDee Lamb and Cam Akers, and now Ja'Marr Chase being traded for Elijah Moore, Darnell Mooney, the 302, and the 104, getting Ja'Marr Chase back with the 209 pick. So a lot of Ja'Marr Chase traffic happening around Dynasty leagues right now. Let me know. Be honest. Did I overpay? Somebody in the league told me I overpaid for Ja'Marr Chase. Giving up Elijah Moore in the 104, Darnell Mooney in 302 for Chase in the 209 said I overpaid. Call it what you want. I'm fine with losing the deal. I know, and this is my thing. As much as I love Treylon Burks, who currently is graded out in my T-score, that's my tape score, got a whole weighted system for how I just grade prospects based on film. I have him one step below, really 2 points away from being an elite fantasy producer. I have him as a high-end fantasy starter. But I'm hoping and praying that Treylon Burks turns into what I know Ja'Marr Chase is right now. Elijah Moore, I think he's going to be really good. I haven't pegged for a second-year breakout. I think Darnell Mooney can be a boom-bust wide receiver in Chicago with Justin Fields. I think that. I know what Ja'Marr Chase is. I know what he is. That offense is unstoppable. He's tethered to, in my opinion, a top 3 dynasty quarterback in Joe Burrow. I know what Ja'Marr Chase is. That's why I made this move. Let me know, did I overpay for Ja'Marr Chase? All right, another trade. Same league. It's been madness in this league. We see Alvin Kamara being acquired for the 112 this year and the 205 this year. So 112, David Bell, J-Mo, maybe Kyron Williams, potentially Malik Willis, Carson Strong falls there. In the 205, Pickens, Wan'Dale Robinson, Chris Olave, Rachaad White, you know the range that we're in. So best case scenario, Jameson Williams, Kyron Williams for Alvin Kamara. I get it. If you're kind of in a rebuild mode and you want to get off of, running back going into his 6th year, uncertainty at the quarterback position, uncertainty around, just the New Orleans Saints in general, but I still believe in Kamara. I think he's still a very high-end running back in fantasy football. So to give up the 112 and the 205 to get Kamara makes sense for me. This is a deal that I think makes sense for both teams. If this team, and I know this team, is in full rebuild pick acquisition mode, I know they own, I believe, 5 of the picks in the first round in 2022. It made sense for this dynasty manager to make that move, get off of Kamara. I know he's trying to unload some of his older talent. I thought this was a good move by both teams, getting Kamara and then acquiring the picks in that trade. All right, what we got? Another big deal. So we have Dak Prescott, DK Metcalf, Michael Gallup, and the 105 this year being acquired for Justin Herbert, Terry McLaurin, Jerry Jeudy, Mike Williams, in the 304. Let's assume Superflex. Best player in the deal, Justin Herbert. Second best player in the deal, Dak Prescott. Third best player in the deal, DK Metcalf value-wise, followed by the 105, in my opinion. I would take the 105 over McLaurin, Jeudy, Mike Williams. But the smattering and the dart throws at receivers, like the volume that you're getting with Jeudy, McLaurin, Williams, still relatively young. I know Mike is going on, year 27? Like he's age 27, 28, 27, I believe. McLaurin, going into, I believe, his 4th season. Jerry Jeudy going into his 3rd season next year. So you still have some young wide receiver talent to pair with Justin Herbert. The other side, getting Dak, getting DK. Michael Gallup, probably not going to be a Cowboy next year. The ACL tear is brutal. And then the 105, which could potentially be a Treylon Burks. Maybe one of the top running backs are there, Breece Hall or Kenneth Walker, given draft capital. Dak Prescott. I always lean with who's got the best player in the deal, and the best player is Justin Herbert. The situation in Denver's not good. If they upgrade their quarterback position, Aaron Rodgers maybe. I don't think that's going to happen, but they upgrade the quarterback, Jerry Jeudy's value goes up. Washington football team, or whatever they're going to be called, they upgrade their quarterback position. Terry McLaurin's value sees a spike. If Mike Williams leaves Los Angeles, I'm not going to be as high on him. Just free agent wide receivers that opt to choose new teams. We've seen some work out, but there's some people out there doing data around that they don't just, it doesn't really work more times than not when wide receivers hit free agency and land on new teams. Hayden Winks, shout out to Hayden, had dropped some tweets about that this past week. I think I like the Dak DK 105 side as much as I want Herbert. I just have more question marks around Jerry Jeudy. He's been a big-time disappointment this year, and I know he got hurt, would miss 8 weeks with a high ankle sprain. McLaurin, ever since I proclaimed him to be top 5, he was god-awful, and I know his situation was terrible. Gosh, man. DK, I'm talking about everyone's situation. DK, what's going to happen with Russ? What's going on with Seattle? That situation is ass. You're hoping that the 105 hits. Give me Justin Herbert, Terry McLaurin, Jerry Jeudy, and Mike Williams. There I go. There we go. That's the side of the trade that I want. These are difficult. There are a ton in the Discord right now. Patreon.com/Prospect Talk. There are a ton of trades going on. It's the most active channel in the Discord. It's crazy. All right, here we go. Now, Devonta Smith and the 101 in 2022. So Smitty, the Slim Reaper, and the 101 in 2022 being acquired for Brandon Aiyuk, the 107 and the 108. So I'm a big advocate. If you're at 101, trade down, get more picks. I would have preferred maybe like the 106, 105 range if I'm going to pivot off of the 101, but in a class where there's no consensus at quarterback, there's no consensus at running back, there's damn sure no consensus at wide receiver. Falling back 6 spots and then getting consecutive picks with 107, 108, not bad. And then you get Aiyuk, and, we've seen Aiyuk play well with Trey Lance, and if their chemistry can continue to grow, that could be a dangerous combination in the future. Smitty in the 101 or 107, 108 and Brandon Aiyuk. I get it. I get both sides. I probably would prefer Smith in the 101, and I would try to do something else with that 101. But it makes. I get it. You call it a tear down. If you think Brandon Aiyuk is a slight tear down from Devonta Smith, fine. You tear down at wide receiver from Devonta Smith to Brandon Aiyuk, but you acquire 2. You turn the 101 into 2 draft picks. Conversely, you upgrade at wide receiver from Brandon Aiyuk to Devonta Smith, and you get a higher pick for 2 lower picks. I think I like the Smitty and the 101 side. I get it. In my opinion, this was a good trade for both teams. Again, the trades were fire. The trades are fire right now. It is crazy madness going on in Dynasty League. So I like this deal for both sides. And again, just giving y'all ideas of trades to go make in your Dynasty Leagues. All right, another big boy deal. Alvin Kamara, Lamar Jackson, Darnell Mooney, and Jaylen Waddle were all acquired for Justin Herbert, Deontay Johnson, Keenan Allen, Kareem Hunt, Josh Palmer, and a 2022 second, which ended up being the 201 because I know this league. So 201, Justin Herbert, Kareem Hunt, Keenan Allen, Deontay Johnson, and Josh Palmer for Lamar, Waddle, Kamara, Mooney. Best player in the deal, in my opinion, Herbert and Jackson, they cancel each other out. Next best players, I believe, are Alvin Kamara and Jaylen Waddle. I would take both of those guys over Keenan Allen, Deontay Johnson, Kareem Hunt. Get the 201, Josh Palmer for Darnell Mooney. I like the Lamar Jackson side of this deal. Give me L-Jax, give me Waddle, give me Kamara, give me Darnell Mooney. Opposed to, you got the full-on Charger stack with Herbert, Palmer, and Keenan Allen. Deontay Johnson, Kareem Hunt, I'm pretty much out on Kareem Hunt at this point. He's getting to that point where it's just he is what he is, and he's not going to be anything more than that. There's no more starter Kareem Hunt. That's a wrap for him. He's a backup running back that gets a lot of pass volume, really good when he plays. But at this point, the days as an elite or close to an elite running back are pretty much over for Kareem Hunt. Deontay Johnson stunk it up in his final game at Heinz Field with Ben, but he got a touchdown, and he's still Deontay Johnson. He's a separation specialist. Keenan Allen starting to wind down his career as an elite fantasy asset. Still extremely good, really talented, tethered to Justin Herbert. That's awesome. But I would prefer Lamar, Mooney, Kamara, and Waddle in this deal. So let me know what you think. Again, wild trades, a lot going on. Amon-Ra St. Brown. All right, let's check out AJ Brown, Elijah Moore, and a 2023 second were acquired for Jaylen Waddle and Terry McLaurin. This is a 100% absolute no-brainer. Give me AJ Brown, Elijah Moore, and a 2023 second opposed to Terry McLaurin and Jaylen Waddle. Love those two wide receivers. I think Waddle's value right now is crazy high, right? Like people are doing some wild stuff for Jaylen Waddle right now in dynasty leagues, but this is a no-brainer. AJ Brown and the 2023 second might net me. I might accept that for Terry McLaurin and Jaylen Waddle, and then you're tossing in Elijah Moore just as a throw-in, I guess. Hell yeah. Give me that deal. Now, I had one more. Let's load this up. I want to talk a little Trevor Lawrence. Let's see his value. We got T-Law being acquired for J.K. Dobbins and 2 second-round picks in 2023. Talked about T-Law on the Wake Up Show, how atrociously bad he was this season. I'm willing to give him a slight pass because of the situation, but he did not help himself out. A running back in 2 seconds for a quarterback in Superflex. I still got to go Trevor. J.K. Dobbins coming off of the ACL injury. I still got to go Trevor Lawrence. I refuse to believe he's that bad. I will not accept it. I will not accept it. He can't be that bad. He was bad this season, but he cannot. I refuse to believe it. Give me Trevor Lawrence over J.K. Dobbins in a 2023 third. And we had one more trade that just popped off in my Bomb Squad League with the patrons. And let's run through this one real quick, and then I'll get y'all out of here to enjoy your Saturday. We have old GQue, me. I acquired Ramondre Stevenson and the 205 in 2022. I give up the 201. It's a 3-team trade. One of the teams got the 201 and Nico Collins, and then the other team, the third party, got Brandon Aiyuk. He gave up Nico Collins and Ramondre Stevenson, gets Brandon Aiyuk. The second party gave up Brandon Aiyuk in the 205, gets the 201 and Nico Collins. I give up the 201, get Ramondre Stevenson and the 205 in 2022. Trades are coming fast and furious. Jamar Chase, Jaylen Waddle, Alvin Kamara, Justin. Nobody is safe in dynasty leagues right now. A lot of action, and I expect more discourse and commentary and feedback on this show than any other trade show that we've ever done. So please let me know. What do y'all think about these Jamar Chase trades? Lamar getting flipped. Waddle, where do you guys value Elijah Moore? How are you feeling about this 2022 NFL rookie draft class? It's wild out in these streets, but I appreciate y'all tapping in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the podcast. Brand new podcast just dropped, Dynasty Strategy. If you like the strategy part of Dynasty Fantasy Football, make sure you tap into the 4D Chest Dynasty Football podcast on Destination Devy Radio, Off the Line Fantasy, Elite Seekers looking at young high school to college prospects with Ben Eby, all the dope stuff that we have going down. And then make sure you tap into the Wake Up Show Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on the Ray GQue YouTube channel. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Patreon.com/Prospect Talk, FTN Fantasy, all kinds of plugs going down. Appreciate y'all. Enjoy y'all Saturday. I'm out. Peace.